Hello and welcome to another Let's Play of a small game. This one will be from the Indiepocalypse bundle from January 2023. That's number 36. It's a collection of small games like this one, which is Matter by Princess Internet Cafe, Ellis Dex, and BB. I hope I said that correctly, because it's just two B's. Pilot. An ace from the second they got onto ESRC's training program. Pilot earned their name by being the best in their class. It's no surprise they wanted to move onto something that could really test their skills. Zinan makes up a new story about how he lost his eye every time someone asks him. Those truly close to him might get the true story eventually, but there's a reason it's kept under wraps. Then Rasnan, originally a child prodigy with physics, Rasnan uses her intellect more in strategy these days. No one on the ship ever beats her at chess, or Risk, or Monopoly, or even cards, usually. Then Iki, the only member of the crew to have lived on Earth. Although Z left for space the second Z could. Watched Star Trek young and wanted desperately to be part of making it the future. And then Hokuth. Notorious for not cleaning their engine room. Z swears Z has a system. Despite loving retro games like Unpacking or House Flipper. Also plays VR and wanders around smacking into stuff. I do like the styling of what's counted as a retro game for this. I don't know how far or near future that would be. Anyway, so that's their page in the zine that comes with this collection of games, which is this thing. That kind of serves as an introduction / setup to what the game is. So now, let's play it. Oh, I should have read that. Oh, it hasn't actually started for some reason. A group of rebel ex-corporate scientists jump onto the spaceship Vantage to investigate the birth of a quasar. But will astrophysics be a simpler matter than solving their interpersonal issues? Okay, it was loading, which is good. I love the graphics. Somewhere in the deepest reaches of space. Okay, everyone. We're approaching the quasar. It's nearly go time. This is very cute. Thanks for getting us here, pilot. Sure thing, Captain. Although we could technically see the quasar from here, Hokuth has been working on an energy shield to protect us. So we're going to save power until we're within good range for readings and viewing. I can't believe we've gotten this far. Not only do we get to see the newest quasar anyone has ever seen, I also get to design a shield that protects us from levels of radiation literally no one has survived before. Nothing like a good in-the-field stress test. Z's practically vibrating with the idea. You're very excited, Hokuth. Of course I am, aren't you? We're at the frontier of astronomy. That's why we left ESRC in the first place, after all. Eki chuckles, her age making it a deep, raspy sound, but mirthful, charming. Huh. Sorry, I'm just noticing that they've changed color, almost like their emotions are changed to the color of the sprites and the text box and stuff, which is interesting. You're correct. We're fortunate they retain their awful cybersecurity protocols. If they had only deleted my login details, we wouldn't have gotten the tip on the quasar from them. We're also lucky their management is so terrible they wouldn't send any observational teams out. At least not for a few months, which would have been too late anyway. Extrasolar Research Corporation has barely even true anymore with how little research they do. You. Huh. So, hang on. Let me really quickly tab back. Pilot. So we are ostensibly pilot, which probably means we'll be taking a piloting role. Oh! I accidentally clicked away by doing that. Oops. Pilot was saying something about being pretty new and kind of a rookie in this situation. Was the vibe I was getting, but I missed it. A smattering of snorts and laughs comes from the others in the room. Your inexperience with science makes you stand out. You'd been a pilot before, and remain so now, while the rest of the crew are various denominations of astronomers. It is a running joke that you haven't picked up a textbook in your life. You'd think you knew more about space, flying a spaceship. Oh, don't believe them. It's alright to ask questions, dear pilot. It's not like you ever refused the opportunity to explain something anyway, Hoketh. You've got me there. Well, pilot, a quasar, which is what we're approaching, is a supermassive black hole. Not just any black hole, however. It's one with huge amounts of interstellar gas and matter around it. In what's called an accretion disk. They have huge jets that emit radio waves. Plus, they have enormous amounts of other radiation. Gamma, X-ray, you name it. And are some of the most luminous celestial objects out there. The light is so strong it creates energy. And it's dangerous? Well, technically, yes, it is. The room falls silent. See, now we've turned purple. That's interesting. Because the prompt or the premise mentioned solving interpersonal issues, so I'm curious if there'll be some degree of emotional fixing, emotional state manipulation, I guess. It's been tense like this for a while now, an argument rumbling just under the surface, nearly ready to break through. You're all too new to this adventuring thing, and none of you are friends yet, really, despite choosing each other. So, none of you know how to be in such close quarters all the time. Rosnan? What? I'm telling the truth. It is dangerous. Only kids should know what they're getting into. Come on now. There's no point. The quasar is dangerous. Or the whole escapade is. Oh, the quasar is dangerous, or the whole escapade is, Rosnan? Well, I didn't say it, but if you want to. You don't understand what we've left. I'm sure being a glorified security guard for the elite was fine for you. But some of us had to watch the bigger picture as ESRC tore up the galaxy in the name of profit. Oh, and who founded them? Which elites was I guarding? That is besides the point. It doesn't matter anyway. Even if this is dangerous, it's worth it for the science. Is it? What if we all die, Hoketh? You, me, Zinan, Eki, we all knew what we were getting ourselves into. The kid had barely joined ESIC before we left and recruited them. And thanks to Eki, we've gotten them a criminal record. What are the logical ends to this adventure? We have two potential options here. One being that we publish our findings and they come after us for stealing confidential information. And the other being that we don't publish and no one sees the data, which makes it all pointless. Obviously we publish. Who cares if we're fugitives? It's... Hoketh, I will not let your personal ambition ruin people's lives. We need to figure it out. You chose this life as much as the rest of us, Gralsnan. Do not pretend you're superior. But I don't think the ends justify the means. I'm not willing to do whatever it takes, because what it takes and it will take, will be something terrible. I know better than anyone. You've never understood the bigger picture anyway. Go back to soldiering, Rosnan. Z glares at her, huffs, and stomps out of the bridge. Eki follows. The energy has left the room with Hokuth, though the tension hasn't. Rosnan looks at you. Her eyes express something you can't comprehend. Loss and duty and protectiveness mixed together. You think you're not experienced enough to understand. Yet. And then she turns and goes to... Zinan breaks his silence with a sigh. Sorry, pilot. I didn't want to intervene because I've seen that coming for a while. And I wanted to let them sort themselves out. But it doesn't look like it's gonna work. I know you're new at all of this, but it might be worth talking to everyone yourself. You seem to get along with everyone the best. I think you could get them to open up. I'll be in my quarters, if you need me. Okay, well immediately, I gotta check this treasure chest. Oh hey, it's the ship's black box. Oh. Ours is more than just a flight recorder though. It stores logs of all the ship happenings, as well as all the data we've collected so far, and any to come. Pretty advanced. Kinda cool to have a backup drive of our whole adventure. I like that. And is this... Okay. There's like a spinning thing that I was like, this looks like it could be a record, as if this is where I go to play music. Kitchen. Or it might be a washing machine was my other thought. Oh, there's another one there. Oh, they're vents. I bet they're vents. Whew, that argument was exhausting. I wish we had some decent food so I could stress eat. I mean, we do. But it's all stuff I've had to make instead of pick up and snack on. And I can't really be bothered right now. I'll see if anyone wants to do it together later. Let's see. Zinan is in his quarters to the east, and then the other three will be in their rooms south of here. I don't think talking to anyone specifically is more urgent. So who's up first? So I think I'll leave Zinan for now. Engine. Hokuth's favorite hangout. It's a bit hectic in here for me, but I can see why Z likes it. Probably lots of interesting problems for Zem to solve. You hear some clangs in the distance. They're ones you've heard before, though. Hokuth promises they're supposed to sound like that. Well, I met you first, so let's talk. Hey, pilot. Thanks for coming to visit. Sorry about earlier. I didn't mean for things to get so tense. Rosnan just gets to me sometimes. Can't she see that we're on the edge of discovery? It's exactly the reason we're out here in the first place. Z sighs, deflates. I just get frustrated because so many people don't see the bigger picture, you know? But it's okay, because I do. Huh, okay, so my dialogue choice is with the arrow keys, which is interesting. So I can either say you don't care what others think, or you care what others think. I'm getting the vibe that they do not care. I've forgotten what their specific pronouns are. I should pay attention. You have faith in your own work. Exactly. I'm doing incredible things on my own, even if no one recognizes it. Especially the jerks from the ESRC. They never understood what I was doing. They didn't care about you. That's probably true. They didn't. Blanked me. Passed over my work. Disregarded it. It's why I left. Oh. I'm kind of curious. I'm not quite sure. Because there's a difference in these games of should you be trying to optimally please the person you're talking to, or is there an extent to which you should be more accurate with things you're saying? Like, there's kind of different paths of what the game is expecting you to do as the more correct option, or if there even is a more correct option. But I'm gonna try and just go with what I think is the right thing to say, and we'll see how that pans out. Your work will be important. I think so too. I can't wait to share what we've been doing with the world. It's going to blow their minds. Okay, so I turned Hooketh green. Cargo bay. Echo, echo, echo. The walls echo back at you, reverberating off metal, giving your copycat voice a robotic quality. I can't wait till this is full with, I don't even know what, science stuff probably? And when that's here, I'm gonna buy a bunch of blankets and pillows and make a fort in the boxes. I hope I can do that soon. So no one's in this room, but can't go. Oh, I love that the flashing lights kind of... It's obviously how the sprites have to be rendered to an extent, but they're just sort of... Oh, it's just these ones. They change around me. You see how they turn white instead of red? But these ones don't. That's curious. I wonder what that is. I wonder if it's a limitation of there's already a sprite on top of a sprite in that other location. Yeah, it's the same here. That's funny. Emergency shuttle. Oh, it's purple. Oh, well, okay. My concept of having an emergency shuttle is kind of scary. It's okay, though. I'm pretty confident in this team's ability to get out of a sticky situation. Although maybe not right at this moment. Oh. Okay, so I have gone the wrong way. This is a dead end where no one is. But I can see one of the other characters who I forget the name of. But I will remember it when I go talk to them over here. Rec room. Eki? Your only answer is the quiet susurrus of the ship. Ceaseless and reassuring. Z must be at the bottom of the rec room with her plans. Pretty much the only place on the ship anyone's personalized. The rest of this room doesn't get used that often, unfortunately. I hope it will. Although it's good for pool practice in the meantime. Yeah, I was like, is this pool? But I guess they can't sprite pool balls that easily. Plants. Oh, I see, I've got to walk on the vines. Hello there, young pilot. It's good to see you. Apologies about the earlier disagreement. You know that I sometimes get worked up about ESRC. An awful lot of history there. Yeah. See, given the difference between these options, like, I'm pretty sure Eki challenged them is the answer. Because these feel like one is actually correct and one is inaccurate, or less accurate at the very least. Always argued with the board, right? Ha! I did. True. More so in the early days, when they respected that. At some point it lost all its soul, however. You fought little battles, or you got lost in it. I get the impression that they weren't small battles, so I get the feeling that maybe they got lost in their conflict and not being able to just do the science research they wanted to do. It would have been difficult for anyone, pilot, let alone someone there from the beginning. How could I have any hope of rebellion so close under their noses? You didn't know what to... You wanted to do more, or you didn't know what to do. I'm gonna say you didn't know what to do, because it feels like this kind of rebellion excursion they're on is them eventually having an idea collectively. Oh, what's yellow? The rest of this line might change my understanding of this, but it seems like almost kind of excited or agitated. Not necessarily angry about what I said, so much as like very active in responding. At the time, no, but I'm here now, aren't I? Doing the right thing. Finally, leaving that place. Doing what's best for me. I don't think it'll necessarily impact the universe, but it's enough for me for now. Anyway, it has been lovely speaking with you. I'm pleased you're aligned with us, Pilot. You've been a wonderful addition to the team so far. Okay, so I got Eki Green again. I don't quite know if there is a puzzle component to doing a good job talking to them. If that might be, like, maybe there'd be sort of different endings. Infirmary. We're pretty lucky that no one's had to use the infirmary yet. Although there was a close call a while ago. And Rosna nearly got burned up alive by an active volcano. She was okay though. And it's a hell of a story to tell. How did that happen? On a spaceship? Were they on a planet of some sort? Hey kid. Not often someone comes around this corner of Old Vantage. It's nice to get a visitor. Okay, I'm sorry about earlier. It feels like no one on this ship has their feet on the ground, so to speak. Dreamers and idealists. People like that tend to forget everyone around them. I'm just worried for you, and for the mission, that people can't work around their flaws. It's necessary to be a good leader, and to be a good team. Anxious about it feels more accurate, because there's not a logical solution to this, per se. Oh, okay, I was wrong. Well, I don't know that if I'd say that. Just, trying to make sure bad things don't happen again. There's a reason I'm more of a soldier than a scientist these days. You want to save people, you want to save the mission. People, I think. Oh, I guess you could put it that way if you wanted. I just want to help. I laugh because there's something a little bit funny in the theoretical narrative of this where I keep interrupting people to tell them what they mean, and they like me if I get it right. It wasn't enough, you had no control. You had no control feels like it's slightly accusatory of someone wanting to be, like, domineering more than it being about, like, stuff was out of your control and was therefore in a bad way. So I'm gonna say it wasn't enough. Yeah, honestly, they put me on the most low-level shit they could find. Glorified bodyguarding, including for Eki, more than once. It's just not fun. I wanted to be where the science is. Still do. Thanks, Pilot, for talking to me. It's nice to have you on board. Okay, so I talked to everyone who I would expect to be contentious. So I wonder if when I talk to this last I forget that I'm the pilot. Wow, I know we only really sleep in here, but it sure is empty. Maybe if this place felt more like a home, everyone would stop fighting as much. Next time we stop at a space station or a planet, I'm getting everyone a decoration. I wonder if there was some version of this where there was almost more manipulating the ship to try and dress it up, or like do something to improve the ship in a sense. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go talk to the captain. Fancy in here, but it doesn't have any life to it yet. Oh no, sorry, this is me. Fancy in here, but it doesn't have any life to it yet. Although maybe I wouldn't decorate if I were captain either. Too much responsibility. Okay, hey captain. Pilot. Glad you came to speak to me. I wanted to thank you for your composure earlier. It's not easy being the rookie of a team. Especially on a team so new and unused to each other. It's difficult. I appreciate your patience. You want to lead them, you want them to fix it. The bottom one feels more true, because you just went to your captain's quarters and didn't say shit. I do. A team is only as good as its problem-solving skills. I don't think leadership is always necessary, so much as a guiding word here or there. I don't want to interrupt. You've had great success. You've had some failures. Oh, this is technically my boss. Do I want to tell him he's failed? I think it's not untrue to say someone's had great success if they've also had failures. Ah, that's kind of you to say. I'm hoping that our adventures together on the Vantage are as well. I wanted to get back to your roots, lead something new. Well, the whole thing they're doing is something new. Yes, the SRC were cutting edge once, but not for many years. Now I have the opportunity to influence the future. It is thrilling. You know, Pilot, I am glad you ended up with us. This team is lucky to have you now, and I will need you in the future. Thank you. Xenon's voice comes in over the ship-wide comms. Alright, everyone, we're within target distance. Come to the bridge, please. Okay, a little bit funny. I clearly was meant to come here first, I guess, because that was probably one of the easier ones to parse. Bridge. Oh. Oh, right, I'm not in control. I was like, where do I go? Okay, everyone. I know it's tense in here, but this is what we've been working towards. It's worth relishing for a little while. He looks at you, stood at your desk, ready to click the button to power up the window. His head nods slightly. You press the button. Oh, I can move. Oh, hell yeah. A chorus of gasps and oh my gods and delighted laughs encircle you. It's the right reaction. A beautiful, awe-inspiring, world-eating, supermassive black hole is laid out before you. The matter of galaxies swirling around it like a sparkling whirlpool. I am leaving right now to get readings. Is this not worth everything? I'll admit, it sure is something. I've never seen anything like it. Okay, the readings are way off. Something is going on. I was prepared for vast amounts of radiation, but this? It's unprecedented. Oh, okay. What the hell have you done? It doesn't matter. We have to evacuate now. To the emergency shuttle. Well, it's a good thing I know where that is. Are you two coming? Do I need to... Okay, good. They only move one by one, I guess. Kitchen. Engine. The emergency shuttle was south of here. Cargo bay. Hoka, answer me right now. You said we would be safe. I thought I planned for this. I don't think... We knew the risks, Rosnan. No, I said we didn't. I said you didn't know. Let's everyone calm down now. Stop it! Now is not the time to be blaming each other. We need to leave. You need to trust each other. You all chose this journey. You all chose this journey and chose each other to go on this adventure with, right? Where is that energy? I am new, I am young, but I trust you all and you trust me. And the only way we're going to get through this is by trusting each other. Look, it's scary and we all have flaws, but we're here, together, doing this together, and that's what matters. That's all we need, and we can get through it, okay? What about the research, the data that we've gotten? What if we die and there's nothing of us left? You remember the black box sitting in the bridge. Recordings of your data. Recordings of your ship. If none of you make it out alive, that thing could be your legacy. If it makes it out of the quasar. Oh. I don't think I should go back for that. Oh. It feels like a bad idea. Because I don't think I'll survive it. And also, it's a black box, but it surely can't survive a quasar. I'm going to say I can't go back for it. Maybe it will survive anyway. Maybe we will. Either way, we have to go right now. Okay, and then I scoot. I think I'll need to wait for them. I could honestly probably go and get the black box while this animation's playing. Very curious about the differences of what happens. Emergency shuttle. Escape. Even if we, the crew of the Vantage, do not make it out of this alive, the black box with our lives and our data may. We pray it falls into the hands of someone who can learn from us. From our research, from our mistakes, from these last moments. If this is the end, even if we disagreed, at least we were together. At least we tried our best. Matter. Music by BB. Written by Ellis Dex. Produced by Princess Internet Cafe. The end? That was really good. I like that a lot. I expected a much more straightforward ending, to be honest. I thought it was just going to be we pull together and see the thing. Honestly, you get such a small snippet of the really cool art they did for that, which I kind of like, to be honest. I think that's a good way to make it feel more impactful. That was a lot of fun. I like in games like this when I don't quite still know with the dialogue choices, is there theoretically a better ending? Could I have gotten a version where we're safe? If I went back for the black box, does that turn out better? I like preserving the ambiguity of that stuff, so I'm not going to go back and look at the alternative version of things. But in particular with the dialogue choices, I like that I don't really know if I was picking the quote-unquote right options, or if I even technically got the right end of the stick of how you're supposed to engage with those. So it's a fun thing to not quite be sure of the rules of the conversation and just to be trying to navigate these situations, because interpersonal stuff is a lot less clear and linear and binary than video games often make it. Even if maybe there was actually a binary, no, if you got more points, things would have gone well. Anyway, this was Matter. And this was another game from the Indiepocalypse bundle. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time I do one of these. Goodbye.